I lost 10 pounds in 3 weeks without doing cardio. I even ate out multiple times a week to show you it's possible. And here's exactly how I set that up so you can maybe copy me. First, please don't do this part. I let myself get around 16 to 17% body fat by eating whatever I wanted for 9 months without tracking calories, mainly to focus on performance and building muscle, but also to make this video to show you how much fat loss is actually possible when you dial things in for as little as 3 weeks. Now I did what we call a mini cut and I lost 10 pounds in 3 weeks without cardio, still eating out 2 to 3 times a week. But before I give you what I did, one quick caveat. If you're at 20% body fat or above, this isn't necessarily for you. You need a longer cut. But having said that, everything I lay out here still applies. You just need to run it for longer. Mini cuts are built on 20 to 30% calorie deficits over 2 to 6 weeks. And they're really for people who are already fairly lean and want to get leaner quickly. And I kept my deficit to no lower than 10 calories per pound of body weight, which works out roughly 25% deficit. And you can work out yours below using a link, which is what I generally prescribe to most people trying to lose fat anyway. So my actual calorie number was 2,300 calories a day, and I stayed within that most days. I'd be lying if I said I didn't enjoy some pastries, some meals out, because I did. And I did my best to track those meals, at least so I had some reasonable estimate in MyFitnessPal. For meals out, I'd use Google Gemini to make a guess and then log the top range of that, of whatever it gave me even. And if you don't have a photo, you can just describe the dish and where you're eating, then either find something similar in MyFitnessPal or do a quick ad based on an AI outcome. And don't worry about the rest of the macros exactly. Also, tracking in advance for meals out is something I'd always recommend if you can. It just gives you that ability to plan backwards. Protein was at 170 to 200 grams a day, which is lower than I'd usually diet on, but I wanted to have more carbs this time round. And I spread that across 4 meals. And I count a protein shake plus a piece of fruit as a meal. I just don't do snacks, and I don't call them snacks because they always lead to me eating more for the sake of it, and then I overeat. And a normal day looks something like this. A pre-workout smoothie within 30 minutes of waking, overnight oats and berries post-workout, black coffee following that, then a big lunch of mince. I use mince beef, 95% 5, sweet potato, and a lot of vegetables, followed by a psyllium jelly to make sure I was full. And I save a bit more calories for dinner because I love a bigger evening meal. And it's barely the evening, it's more like 6 to 7 p.m. I still prioritize protein and fiber here, but just more flexibility. So maybe I'll eat some pasta and I'll mix it with some vegetables. I was eating around 50 to 70 grams of fiber per day and drinking 4 to 5 liters of water. But please do not shoot for those fiber numbers if you're currently hitting 15 grams a day. Build it up slowly over time. Remember, when I say flexible, it doesn't mean I didn't focus on satiety. I did, because otherwise I wouldn't be making this video. And on days I ate out, breakfast stayed the same, but I dropped the potato from lunch. If you're working with fewer calories than me, which might be possible, I'd go for yogurt and berries for breakfast or something similar. A lean protein, a decent amount of fiber, and then for lunch, a protein, again a lean protein, with lots of veg. And look, I know people say that tracking makes it less enjoyable. I'd argue the opposite. Without tracking, you have way less flexibility and way less data. By tracking, you can look at your week. You can decide in advance which meals are going to be more indulgent and adjust everything else accordingly. There's no reactive decisions, writing days off, or just feeling guilty afterwards. And there's also a psychological element I love. If I know I've got a burger on Thursday, it makes being dialed in from Monday to Wednesday actually fun. Then the scale spikes Friday. I know it's going to happen. I dial everything back in as normal and it drops again. When you know what's coming, you don't react to it. You just accept it. And of course, I know that I could have pushed for a more dramatic result and the temptation was there. But adding cardio meant higher recovery cost, almost certainly a big spike in hunger for me, and way more stress on my body that was already dealing with a deficit and hard training. And the timing commitment makes it an easy pass for me. So I just focused on steps throughout the day, a chance to get my blood flowing, listen to an audiobook, clear my head, and actually support my recovery. My minimum step count was around 6,000, but on average, it was around 9,000 per day. Now, there's no point in me sharing my exact training program here because it's unusual right now. I'm fixing a muscle imbalance from a wrestling injury years ago, 8 years ago to be precise. So the movements are specific to recovering from that. But the same principle applies always. I'm training to build muscle, not to burn calories. I am maintaining the same effort and volume across the 3 weeks and at least trying to hold my strength throughout. I'm not switching programs. Definitely not across 3 weeks, not even across 8 weeks, not even across 12 weeks. So I average 7 hours a night. I've tried everything, and what I've found is that as long as I'm in bed for like 7 or 7.5 to 8 hours, haven't had more than one coffee, I wake up feeling great, energized. And I know 8 to 9 hours isn't realistic for most people, including myself, but aim for at least 7 and add at least 30 minutes to whatever your target is for falling asleep. And maybe that nighttime trip to the bathroom. So that's how I lost 10 pounds in 3 weeks. But would it continue at that rate? No chance. It will drop to like 2 to 3 pounds a week from here. Now it's just pure fat. But I'm not sticking around to find out. I'm going straight back to maintenance to focus on performance. And you might have noticed this is pretty much exactly how I tell anyone to lose fat, especially if they're over 20% body fat. The principles don't change, but the timeline does. Now, the one thing that will undo all of this before you even get started is breakfast. Most men are eating in a way that actually works against them before the day has even begun. I've got a video going over the 3 high protein breakfast mistakes that are keeping most men fat, and it's worth watching before you find yourself back at 20% doing this all over again. I'll see you there.